What are some key beginner tips to being successful on Poshmark? Well, you've come to the right video. I've been Posh Ambassador 2 for the past 2 years. There are 4 behaviors to implement in consistency to become a potential Posh Ambassador. This is a beginner level video, so we'll apply this to first level Posh Ambassador 1. So regardless, this just doesn't pertain to the upcycle items that you create, but you have spare time from leisure, but not enough to support a second job. I'm talking the hours and the time that it would consume to have a second job. We all don't have the pleasure of a disposable income, so this is an easy way to work from home with items that you've outgrown, utilizing the market with the upcycled items that you create here on this channel. This can be a valid resource for you from my own personal testimony and experience. Welcome to the Resurfaced Luxury Studio channel. We do fair trade fashion, including vintage upcycling and just vintage items that I have to share that I found throughout the years. So this video will pertain to all the markets that Poshmark has under their umbrella, including Canada, US, India, and Australia. A branding episode to help you get started, and also, as specified before, behaviors to implement to be successful. So Poshmark launched the Posh Ambassador 2 status about 2 years ago. So this probably took me around 6 months to gain the actual position. It's quite easy once you do have already the first tier status. You just implement more work in those categories that need to be fulfilled. From this episode, we'll learn A, become a Posh Ambassador, 2, how to be a top closet that people will remember you for, an overall experience, and of course the aesthetics. It's really quite easy. I managed to pull the Posh Ambassador 1 tier in solely a month's time on Poshmark. We will take a closer look at the secondhand market on Poshmark, where you may use Poshmark as an additional source of money, disperse products that no longer serve you or you simply outgrown them. Let's face it, the current status of the economy stinks. We all don't have the luxury of a disposable income. But this is certainly a hack, some extra money for yourself in a well-deserving way. Before I decided to sell on Poshmark, I had donated clothes over the course of 12 years. I even had donated clothing of mine in garbage bags to a good friend in Senegal, so I certainly understand if you may feel guilty for wanting to acquire money from items that you've bought. It's completely okay to have the money come back to you. Okay to want to make money from the items that you have and make a profit off of it. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Being a fashionista is a bit of a mood with plenty of costume changes, so that's my guilty take on all of this. Aside from that, it's a way to be artistic with an innovative spin to your own idea of a closet. So with the Poshmark closet, the idea isn't really to resemble a store. You'll find many closets that are literally a full-fledged store of resale items or mass wholesale goods. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. We're all in different ways unique, and that's what makes it super special. An aesthetic and personality of your items that are for sale, and we know that styles change. I'm not going to get into a rant about secondhand goods and go green and saving the planet, but you understand this is a minuscule effort to do your part. I'm not saying our whole closet has to be secondhand goods. It's a good way to just kind of participate on the market. Plus, it's a fun activity to have, like a nice detour from the normal social media platforms that we're very much addicted to. Talk about key tips to get you on board to thrive on Poshmark. This is the beginning of a future playlist utilized with more information and gradual stepping stones to more advanced options as we later progress on. Again, we'll get to the upcycling and how to feature them in your closet later in the playlist. Right now, we're just going to start the closet because you're not just, unless you want to just put your upcycled product on there, you can, but you can create a whole aesthetic with the drop pieces of your items. Now, let's implement these 4 tips as foundational blocks to your Poshmark closet. Number 1, photos. Poshmark was not initially designed to just be careless in photographing the items as a hot dump for sale. You can tell when a photo has the least effort as possible for sale on Poshmark. The product is just like hotly dumped in the photo, wrinkles, fur, all of that. Worse than eBay in aesthetics. It's critical that the items look appealing in images in order to be a purchase. Keep this in mind when presenting your listing to the buyer. Key tip on Poshmark is that it's been proven that the buyer may buy the product with fewer wrinkles from the seller that made a valuable effort. Just keep this in mind. It's just an example. You can read other tips that people have posted. This is a certified fact. Okay, I'm not telling you to spend hours to iron the items. You can steam, which is much easier and it's efficient. I mean, minimal wrinkles, but you can certainly tell. You can literally make or break a sale per how the item looks. Number 2, brand name and closet presence. Put some thinking into your name. It can be anything from personal to you or super random. Whatever you decide, consider creating a banner to support this name and in a concept to your closet profile. For instance, my name on Poshmark is the Clementina. So this was a nickname given to me while I was living in Italy. It was part of my portfolio work, so I extended it into a Poshmark closet. So as you see, the banner has the actual fruit. It means clementine, believe it or not, in singular form with the Italian language. So the Clementina, I've simply put the hanging fruit, incorporate a little, a little color story. Very simple, minimal design, and profile picture kind of works out cohesively. You can just look at mine as an example of how random it can be. Number 3 is Poshmark community culture. Firsthand understanding the Poshmark culture. Its true base is following and sharing an activity. As a result, you'll find profiles, including mine, following thousands upon thousands of accounts. And I'm talking like 75,000 bracket and higher. It's better to be late than never. This is how the algorithm works. You follow and the more you share is how your product is going to be pushed on the algorithm. The community is definitely here to stay. It's only expanding. Just within a few years, it branched off into 2 other countries. There are exclusive benefits for both type of Posh ambassadors 1 and 2. Number 4 is efficient shipping. This is a very important suggestion for you. This will ultimately categorize the experience for the buyer, and it may result in more love notes in your closet. Notes are comments left behind in complete satisfaction for other potential buyers to see. The love notes are very helpful to your closet and do take time to build. The reason for it is obviously it goes public. So people don't often leave love notes because it both shows on the buyer's closet and ours. It's a nice reflection of you as a buyer and also gaining more trust for the future buyers. The trouble is, we're all busy, right? Poshmark uses priority mail via the US Postal Service, so this is a guarantee of a 2 to 3 day arrival. Again, we're all busy, so how one may prepare beforehand is making sure that you stop by your local post office, grab as many complimentary shipping parcel as you may need, or boxes rather, okay? So grab as many as you need. They're completely free. You'll have them on hand at home. You're not in a rush when you are busy to go obtain a box. You'll have one ready on hand, and then this obviously will make it a whole lot easier for you and an enjoyable experience for you. You don't want to feel like this is a drag. You want to enjoy this as like a hobby. This will save you so much time in shipping and prep when you have the supplies at home. And that's the 4 key foundational tips. So I hope you found this super helpful. Stay tuned for a future video, an expansion to this one, where we can gain further insight on how to be successful on Poshmark. This video is a little off center from the traditional content on this channel, but I also want to provide an opportunity for you, aside from upcycling, where you can also have a little side gig. That's what life's about, is finding creative ways to live our life. I can't wait to share more tips with you on how to grow your future Poshmark closet while making it fun and professional. Found this video useful, please like this video, it helps out the channel, and subscribe for some more helpful future content. Thank you.